The Tale of the Tape is brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports.
See it there, Houston Alexander, 43 years old, but still knockout power in both hands.
Another big night, and it begins as always with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome as Miller Lite presents Bellator MMA live from WinStar World Casino and Resort. We begin the evening with 3 5-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division, brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports. And now, first introducing the blue corner. At 6 foot, he weighed in 202 pounds even. His professional record, 16 wins, 12 losses with 1 draw. From East St. Louis, Illinois, he fights out of Omaha, Nebraska, Houston, the Assassin Alexander. And across the cage, fighting out of the red corner at 6'3", he weighed in 204.8 pounds as a professional. He brings 6 victories, just 2 defeats from Porto Alegre, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil. Introducing Guilherme, Viana. And the referee in charge of the action, Big John McCarthy.
15 years as a pro, Jimmy. Houston Alexander does not get paid by the minute.
Loves finishing fights. He says, when I go the distance, it feels like a loss, even if I won.
All right, here we go. You ready? You ready? Get up!
The fight clock brought to you by Miller Lite, the original Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time.
Guilherme Viana, a 6-inch reach advantage. You want to keep Houston Alexander on the outside. Power's the last thing to go.
Viana lost his only fight in Bellator. He lost to the Francis Carmont, who has that very unusual style. He was doing that Archie Moore crazy hands-up thing, and Viana was thrown by. Viana grew up a fan of Pedro Rizzo, worshipped at that altar. A very unusual path. He went to law school. He dropped out of law school in his 3rd year to become a fighter. Alexander went to a different school. I remember the fight with Kimbo Slice.
Always had quick finishing ability, has always had heavy hands. Going to the body early against Viana. It's a good way to bring the taller guy down to your level. He's got to watch out for the knees as he drops his head.
Left from Viana hit behind the ear. This is with their equilibrium.
Nice jab. Houston Alexander showing good quickness so far. Good right behind the ear for Viana.
Check out the Bellator MMA app. You can be the 4th judge, if we even need a 4th judge in this one. Score the fight yourself.
Viana just rocks Houston with a good right hand that makes him back off a bit. Houston Alexander is not a guy who fights well back on his heels. He's not a good counter puncher. He's not a guy who waits very well.
He spent some time with Houston Alexander. He doesn't do anything back on his heels.
Use the jab, use the lead hand, use the power punches to make Houston hesitate. It can be Viana's fight. And now he's really hurt him.
Wobbled with the left.
Got him right where he wants him. And he's still on unsteady legs. Goes for the takedown, but lets him back up.
Alexander still wobbly. And takes another big right.
And Viana is feeling it. He's got to be careful. He'll drop in his hands.
He's feeling very good about himself right now.
Roy Jones in the big here, but you don't want to do that against a guy who can turn your lights out with 1 shot. Got to still respect the power.
Guy with 11 professional knockouts.
For Viana, that's what you want to do. Throw the jab, flick it out, stay behind the lead hand. Huge reach advantage.
Viana's been training with Gilbert Teixeira. The damage he's taken, that blood from the nose. When is that a problem? Does that become a breathing problem at all?
It's more of a breathing problem, unless your nose is really, really broken. Rory McDonald situation. Yes. But if you're just bleeding, it's really a breathing problem. Got to breathe through your mouth. That's always dangerous.
Like a little Muay Thai clinch.
Both guys bleeding from the nose. You see the looseness in Viana. Moving his head well, throwing some feints. It's hard for Houston Alexander to see the punches coming. He's been dead on with that jab.
Viana talked to us about idolizing Muhammad Ali and that famous quote, "He was not courageous enough to take risks, will accomplish nothing in life." He's accomplished quite a bit here in this first round. These are good size shots here.
The jab is just opening up the nose of Houston Alexander.
There's a reason we show you that tail of the tape.
And it's a stiff jab. It's not a flicking type jab. He's turning it over well, almost treating it like a power punch.
Alexander's still willing to take one to give one.
He has to just throw some feints, move his head, find a way to get inside, because this outside range is not benefiting him. Needs to close the distance. Got to get your opponent to overcommit, to bite on some strikes. Then you can get inside. And his head right now stationary, and he's an easy target.
Absolutely right. Asked him what he would tell his younger self about MMA now that he is older. He said it's about transition, but he hasn't been able to transition this fight. Houston Alexander still standing at the end of round one, but he took some shots. Viana showing some world-class striking here, even dropping the shoulders after he almost dropped Alexander. Houston Alexander took some big shots in round one, but he will answer the bell here for round number two. Really a very easy guy to like and has seen so many things.
He's really personable, friendly, never disrespects his opponent or the sport.
Talking about him starting in 2001 when you learned, Muay Thai and BJ, you had to go to different places. It wasn't, you didn't have this all under one roof. Oh, huge left.
This could be the beginning of the end. A nice takedown, but Viana goes with it. Turns it into a sweep.
Well, Alexander needed a few seconds of that on the ground to gather himself.
Yep.
That was a slick escape by Viana.
And you see what Viana does. He goes back to work. He doesn't go crazy. He sees the range at which he has been successful, and he goes back to it. Now, this might be over soon. I don't see Big John letting him take very many more of these.
Way too much time left in this round.
Yeah.
Viana, can he create the separation?
Or get the positional advantage. Get on top, land some short shots, because I can see the eyes of Big John, and he's looking for a reason to stop this. Right in front of us.
Courageous performance by Houston Alexander.
Viana's giving him a chance to recover a little bit because he can't land big shots, but positionally and physically putting a lot of weight on him.
Those numbers don't always tell the story because those were heavy shots.
Yeah.
Unrelenting, significant strikes.
He's not physically letting Alexander off the hook, keeping weight on him, taking the energy out of him.
The light heavyweight world champion, watching two light heavyweights. Perhaps one of them, Guilherme Viana, continues this kind of performance. Who knows? Liam McGarry could one day be in his future.
One hook in. Can't see the other side. It's only one hook right now. And once again, it's that physical pressure. It's not giving you a chance to breathe, not really collect yourself. Might clear some of the cobwebs because he's not getting punched, but man, it takes the energy out of you having a guy Viana size on top of you.
This is an eye-opening performance, how methodical it has been from Viana.
Very mature.
29 years old. 9th professional fight.
What he needs on his resume is a name. The only two names he's really fought, Rodney Wallace, Francis Carmona, lost both of those fights, both by decision.
Watch it.
He needs that win against a name. One of the worst places to be in combat sports is to have a name and not have the skills to defend it anymore. Houston Alexander may be there at that point, at this time in his career. So far, this fight's pretty much been a wipeout.
Saw the top light heavyweights at Dynamite, the one-night tournament.
You gotta do something.
Aforementioned Francis Carmont jumping into the final against Phil Davis, but there is a new name. There may be one about to join that list in the light heavyweight division, and needless to say, the damage has been significant. That's the result.
Remember, Viana also has the option right here. Cut him loose, get back to his feet, go back to work. Houston Alexander makes the choice for him, back to his feet. Crowd very much behind Houston Alexander. So far, he has taken a beating.
That's a warrior right there.
Yeah, for sure. He's not backing up. Blinking a lot, he's having trouble seeing. A lot of swelling around the eyes, but man, winging big punches.
Patient, wary, a 15-year veteran, no matter how hurt he may be.
Viana doing the right thing, staying on the outside, using his range, making Houston Alexander come to him.
Viana just a massive light heavyweight.
Viana could be taking a break himself, threw a lot of punches, put a lot of effort into this second round. He could need a break.
Would be more than content to go to the stool up 2-zip.
Look at the face of Houston Alexander, man. There's one thing about having all these miles, a lot of scar tissue around the eyes, cut very easily, a lot of blood.
He's trying to show him something different here late in round 2.
That was a dangerous move.
Guilherme Viana, dominant start to finish. Recording his 7th win as he handles the veteran Houston Alexander. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, upon the advice of the cage-side physician due to a cut, referee John McCarthy waves off the contest. Official time 5 minutes of round number 2. The winner by TKO do Brasil, Guilherme Viana.
A new name on the list in the light heavyweight division. Guilherme Viana is with Jimmy.
I'm here with your winner, Guilherme Viana. My first question, Houston Alexander, known for his knockout power, his punching ability, but you didn't hesitate to stand there and trade. Why?
O Alexandre é conhecido para soltar a mão e para nocaute. Você não esperou nada, foi para a guerra.
This is my job, man. I love what I do. I love to fight, and I train with the best in Glover Teixeira MMA Center Trainer, and I have a luck to job with Fernelli, the champions boxing, and Luigi Mondelli, the American top 10 Connecticut, and the vibe of the gym is wonderful, and I want to come back and drink some beers and barbecue with my friends. Yeah, man.
You have earned it. I hope you enjoy it, my friend Guilherme Viana, ladies and gentlemen.
The fight clock isn't the only thing brought to you tonight by Miller Lite. Guilherme Viana has earned it, puts his name in place in the light heavyweight division, and we're just getting started here on Spike.